Good day and welcome to the Blackest Inktober day 6, where the keyword for today is Husky. Husky? Well, it stumped me a bit because I don't want to draw a puppy and I don't want to talk with a raspy voice. Carl Anders says moon, moon, but we're not going to draw a moon. I like drawing burly men, but I don't know how I'm going to tie it in with my overall theme of dealing with my seasonal depression. So I went and Googled it and found out that according to a dubious online dictionary, husky can mean of pertaining to a husk, something that has a husk is husky by nature. So I combined that and I made a sketch of a husky man tearing off his husk. So that should be all husktacular. Now, cheers. Now, what I don't know if this is a very good definition of husky. I actually doubt it, but it is a definition that can lead to me having. It gives meaning within the context of what I want to draw this Inktober. And because we're all carry our husks with us, our outer shells, and we all portray things that we're not. And my own particular husk is, especially when it comes to my depressive periods and when I'm out and about doing the things that you have to do, the outer shell becomes so much more important. And unless you know me, you will probably not know when I'm in my depressive periods. For instance, one of the surefire signs that I'm in a depressive period is that I tell twice as many bad jokes. Because, of course, the jokes are a way of guarding your inner emotion, guarding your true self. And especially when it comes to social settings, I can sort of turn my outer shell on. I can sort of, not with 100% efficiency, but I can portray a non-depressed character with some conviction. And at my best, I can carry it all through the night. And the problem with that is, of course, if I go to a social event and I manage to turn my outer shell on and be reasonably interesting and you know, tell all my bad jokes, and not be mean to people, because when I'm depressed, I'm kind of easily mean. And I don't mean it, I just don't have anything positive to say about anything. So I usually try to get the hostility out towards, or in towards myself, and make jokes at my own expense, but on occasion it has happened that the jokes will definitely hurt other people instead of me. And it's just me protecting myself in a bad way. So after a full night of something like that, I'm as empty and hollow inside as this guy. I'm not as muscular, but who is? Oh, more and more people are, actually. But social settings when I'm in my depressed mode are not impossible, and I can seem to thrive, but it completely drains me. Normally when I'm not depressed, or particularly depressed, it drains me a little. But when I'm really depressed, it drains me a lot. And that's a big problem, especially when it comes to social events, that are related to art and that are supposed to be joyous. And the other aspect about this shell is that when I'm at home, I don't really put the shell, the husk, up to that extent. So that means I'm raw and I'm open to attacks from all over the place. And attacks can be sounds and motions and smells, and it can be anything. And when I'm surrounded by a wife and 2 kids at home, it means that I'm under attack all the time when I'm depressed. And when I don't have my shield up, the attacks go straight to my rage, and it builds and it builds and it builds. So, and the combination, I guess, is the worst, because when I spend all my energy out and about and socializing, I come home and I'm just empty, I'm just raw, I'm nothing, and there's no protection, and all that nothingness is just potential to fill with rage. So my biggest, by far, my biggest challenge as a dad and as a husband is to not succumb to the rage and to find spaces where I can vent out the rage. And drawing can help in that regard, but it's not 100%. Maybe I should try boxing. And now I'm having huge problems with this piece of art because I need to sort of infuse it with a rage, with a... Let's have some random ink spatter, so we'll see what that does to it. That actually looks already better. That's sort of... I don't know if it's a problem, but drawing generally doesn't make me rage. so I'm not sure if it's actually a vent for those darkest of my emotions, even though I am definitely dealing with them in some sense. And yeah, now I need to infuse this with a more frenetic type of energy, which is already, it's in here, but it needs to be infused in the whole of the composition. It's in here in parts. So back to the husks, with this guy breaking out of his husky self. We all project our husks to protect ourselves, and we're all victims to our own... We're all prisoners of our own shells. And when we deal with other people, we know this. We know that we very seldom deal with a real person. We deal with the projection of the person. And since we all do it, it's okay. But and art is it's easy to sort of imagine art being this pure emotion, this pure soul, this real thing, but in actuality it's even more of a projection. It's the ultimate projection. And I guess that's why it can become honest. I guess that's why it can become real. Because when we're carrying our shells, our husks, around in daily life, we are projecting what we need to be in that given situation. We're looking at our surroundings and figuring out how we need to act to survive or thrive in the next few minutes. And that's, on a good day. And we're acting out of necessity. But when we do art, and we might do our art out of necessity, but we are actually controlling what we project. So art is not really the truth about who we are, but it is the truth about who we want to be, perhaps. And that might very well be why it feels like it's much more honest. Because we all know that nobody is their best self. Everyone is just a pale imitation of who they dream to be. But in art, we can actually show who we dream to be. We can be who we dream to be. We can, instead of hiding behind our husk, we can proudly display our costume. That didn't quite sound right. Let's see if I can rephrase that. Instead of hiding in our husk, we can proudly show off our feathers? I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this metaphor, but I think with some work I can get it there. And that's one of the best things about, it's only been 6 days of Inktober, and when I started it, it was really hard, and I know it will be really hard again, but right now I feel like I'm in some sort of a groove. I'm pushing myself. I'm drawing things that are different for me. I'm talking through and thinking through issues that haven't rehearsed to death in my head, that are new to me, relatively, I think. And I think I'm learning stuff. Not learning stuff based on what I say, because I'm well aware that I'm just thinking out loud. I'm trying out ideas on paper and in words, trying concept zone, trying new husks, new skins, new shells, new feathers, seeing how they fit, seeing if they make enough sense to carry on towards the next hurdle, whatever that may be. And we're just dipping my finger in some extra ink here, just on the paper here, and smoothing out some of the shadows here. And again, these techniques would be a lot easier if I knew that I could go in with white ink or with a scalpel or anything like that and just fix it up a tiny bit, fix it in post, as they say. But since I'm doing this Inktober directly with the brush, it's such a challenge. And luckily I have such people as Anna saying, this one so far is my favorite. Thank you! I will try not to ruin it. I will desperately try not to ruin it. I am desperately trying not to ruin it. But you have to walk close to that edge all the time, so that you potentially might ruin it at any second. That's I almost said that's the fun part, but it's not fun. It's gut wrenching. It's heart stopping. It's yeah, it is fun. It is fun. That's when you feel alive. That's when I feel alive. Look, it looks like I've been drawing. Okay, I'm getting closer to something here, but I need to drink some whiskey and breathe and just find the spots that need that little extra work to make it from a decent sketch to a good piece of art. So first, drink up. Pour some more. Camera focus is out, says and I can't really control the Facebook camera all that much. I'm sorry about that. It will go in and out of focus. I still haven't found a way to properly stream with good quality on Facebook. That was wrong. But if you're watching this on Facebook, then it will hopefully be up on YouTube later today or tomorrow, and it will hopefully be of a lot better quality. I've had some issues with logistics and uploading it to YouTube, so most of the YouTube versions are incomplete in some way. Or actually, no, 2 of them are incomplete in some way. And the others are good, I think. But that's also one of the things I'm learning this year. Is I'm putting, not every time, but I'm putting just this little more effort into the streaming, and hopefully after a month of doing this I will have learned more about doing videos, more about doing streams, more about improvising and talking on the fly, and more about just keeping it going. That's just the most important thing. Now we need some more. I want this whole figure to sort of shake with rage, lie. It reminds me of the words of the poet Rob Halford again. When we talk with other men, we see red, and then deep inside our blood begins to boil. Like a tiger in the cage, we begin to shake with the rage. In the immortal words of Rob Halford. In one of Judas Priest's best songs. They have good songs all around. They're my favorite band. But The Rage is one of those many songs that some days are my favorite. And this is, yeah, this looks like The Rage in some way. Okay, I think we're nearing completion. Let's be daring and do a small... Oh, that was wrong. There you go. And ooh, 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 ooh. That's almost right. Ooh, that didn't quite come out as well as I wanted it. But we'll try to make up for it down here and here. And it's the sense of this person just imploding, not imploding, tearing himself apart, tearing off his husky. Yeah. I hope the camera's better now. If anyone knows some way of getting more control over the Facebook live streams, then that would be greatly appreciated. So just message me. Okay. We're closing in. I do believe we're closing in. I do believe we're closing in. And just leave things. Don't overdo it, Kim. Don't overdo it. Just leave it be. Leave it be. Walk away. Just walk away. Again, we're talking about the excitement of being on the edge of ruining it all. Okay. Yeah. I think this is as good as it gets. And I think I would still like to do something that's wilder and looser and even more energetic. I think I came closer than I usually am. Anne says manual focus instead of autofocus. Yes, that would be good, but when I'm streaming on Facebook, it doesn't actually let me choose how it's going to focus. It decides in the program. And Anna asks, are you going to sell this one? Yes, all my Inktober drawings are for sale for $35 including international shipping. That's dirt cheap, I would say. And in order to buy it, you just have to claim it in the comments. So you can claim it here, or you can claim it later when I post the scan. And first come, first serve, so the first one to claim it gets it. So just write claim if you want it, and then we'll figure out the payment. I thought I was finished, but I'm apparently not quite. And now the drawing has been claimed by Anna, so I'll contact you after I'm done with the stream, or you can just write me a message on my page now, and I'll try not to ruin it for you now that I've already signed it. Well, perfect. And yeah, I want to do something here, but I don't. I'll dare. Just a few. Not overdoing it, but just keeping the pressure on to make it as good as it can. I just need some more organic lines. Too many straight lines. Now I'm overdoing it, but just in this little part. I'm saying I'm overdoing it, and I keep on doing it. So yeah. Oh, I think that I'm done now. Then I can put on another mark on my Blackest Inktober board. And thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with another Inktober drawing.